All right, so just left the parking garage, just left the hospital after last night. And, you know, so nobody really talks about, like, the shitty side of medicine. You know what I mean? Everybody's on here on Instagram being like, oh, being a doctor and a nurse and a PA and an NP and a whatever is so great. It's so much fun and we love taking care of people, but it's kind of annoying at the same time. But I am night 8 out of 10 this stretch. And this is the part that, like, nobody really wants to talk about. Is that, like, this job some nights fucking kicks your butt. This job sucks sometimes. And I don't mean sucks like it's kind of annoying, some of the stuff we have to go through. Like, that's life, that's work, that's a job. But I mean the fact that, like, I'm so tired from tonight and the past 3 nights of having to have these discussions with people, these life-altering discussions with families and patients, that, like, this is it. There's nothing I can do for you. This is now the 3rd night in a row that this has happened. It happened twice tonight. Twice tonight, once yesterday and once the night before. Where somebody came in from home, walking, talking, doing fine, and now, like, it's over. And I don't mean, like, there's hope. Like, let's see how the next couple of days goes. I mean, like, it's over. It is over. It is over. It is over. It is over. There's nothing that we can do to help your loved one. There is nothing. Well, you know, I can't be to the patient and be like, there's nothing I can do to help you, because the patient doesn't know what's going on. That's not true either, because tonight the patient did know what was going on. And, like, to be in the room with, like, 10 family members when you're like, you know, this is what happened. I mean, it's the same situation. They're massive, life-changing strokes. All of them. Back to back to back to back to back. Back to back to back to back. 4. 4 of them in 3 days. People came in from home fine. Bam, stroke. Nothing. There's construction, so I might have to move over. No, nothing. There's nothing I can do for you because the stroke is over. This is it. This is your new life. This is your new baseline. I don't think I can help you anymore. I know I can't help you anymore. The neurologist is telling me I can't help you anymore. The neurosurgeon is saying there's nothing else I can do to help you anymore. And have to watch people go from that, what's going on, to realizing that there's nothing else. Like, this is now just their family member, if they even progress for a couple of days. And yes, you know, you have to deliver some bad news every now and then. You have cancer, you're in kidney failure, you need dialysis, you have a bad pneumonia, we should intubate you for a little bit and see what happens. You don't come off. You code in the middle of the night when it's unexpected. But these things were all, like, in the process of being in the hospital. These are all things that we are working at finding out. Not just, hey, I was at home, and then I woke up just not normal, and that's it. Phone calls to families in the room wondering what's happening. And I guess at the end of the day, like, yes, it's sad. And yes, it's really difficult. And yes, it really bothered me this week. And the fact that I just had to, like, and then I'm getting, like, pain medicine pages and low potassium pages and, you know, low blood pressure pages. And I'm literally on the phone with an interventional radiologist and a neurosurgeon at the same time while I'm typing to 6 other people. And it's like, it's a lot. Okay, that's fine. I'll admit that. Then again, you are what you choose. So yes, I understood that I chose this as my life, and that I chose this career and this job. I'm going to turn my cruise control on right quick. And so, like, why am I complaining? You know, oh, poor doctor. No, it's fucking hard. Sometimes. A lot of the time. And anybody that says that, you know, you get used to it, or, oh, it's, you know, CPR is just a protocol to follow and whatever. I mean, yeah, you get in that mindset when you're in the moment because you have to help somebody, but it doesn't make the aftermath of it any easier sometimes. And maybe, like, if you have it once every 6 months happen to you, fine. But when you have it back to back to back to back, because I have to make some kind of humor out of it or I'm going to cry again. And I hate people that come on the internet and cry, or like film a TikTok, like set up the tripod to cry. You know, that's stupid. We all know what you're doing. I'm not trying to do this. I'm just trying to drive home and decompress because I don't know. And I get it. I'll circle back to that thought. I get it. ICU doctors, neurosurgeons, interventional cardiologists, interventional radiologists. Did I already say them? ER physicians. Yes. You guys are in the front lines of the emergencies. Yes, you guys have these discussions more than I have them. But I still challenge you that it doesn't really get easier. I think you get more accustomed to how you present the information to people. But it doesn't mean it doesn't weigh on you. You know, I just got off the phone with someone's family member saying, you know, they had a massive stroke. It doesn't look good. There's nothing else I can do for you. And then I got to hang up the phone with them as they're devastated or walk out of the room with the 11 family members. And then just move on. Just get back to it. You know, you got 6 other people waiting. And I guess to a degree, you kind of train yourself to do that. And you really learn like when to shut your stuff down. But it doesn't mean it's any easier. And that doesn't mean that it makes going through this any like less difficult. But yeah, I did. I fucking almost cried on my way out of the hospital tonight because it was horrible. Take that for what you will. This is me coming off night shift, just absolutely emotionally and mentally exhausted. I have nothing else in me right now. I don't. I just want to put on, and then it got to the point where like I was supposed to leave my shift in 15 minutes and I still had like 5 notes to catch up on and that impending family member phone call to make. And I like put my headphones on because as I go through the night, like the heavy metal and like gets me through it. And I couldn't even focus enough to like pick a song or an album or some background rain ambient noise or like shamanic drumming to like calm me down or focus me anymore. Like it was like to the point where like the stuff that even I enjoy had nothing for me. And I had my moment, right? I don't want to talk to anybody else about it. I don't want to talk to anybody about it. That defeats the purpose of this though. All right, YouTube. But I already know that I'm more over it now than I was 13 minutes ago when I was leaving the hospital, when I was writing those final notes, where I was running around and, you know, doing all this stuff. And that's reassuring. Is it? Is that reassuring or is that problematic that like in 13 minutes I can just get over the fact that like I just told 2 different people that like their lives are altered forever? I wanted this to be a more emotional video. Like I was like, this is a good thing to like put out there. That like being a doctor is not always like I really wish I knew what the general population thought of doctors. Because it's not this glamorous, we're all on yachts injecting Botox in people with hookers on the yacht that it is depicted in TV shows like Nip Tuck. Oh God, that was such a good show though. But like, I had a point there. I don't know what my point was there. Like that's how just over it and done with it I am. And so now I got to go to bed for a couple hours, get up and do it all over again tonight. Will I make it night 4 out of 4 with a traumatic, life-changing injury to patients? I don't mean life-changing injury. I mean life-changing like event, like near fatal, pretty much fatal events. I'll put my bootstraps on and I'll handle it because I have to. And that's why you go, and that's also like the good thing that you should be able to do because you're, you know, because that's when people turn to you. They need you to help them through this critical life-altering situation. So you can't be there a blubbering mess or get too involved or emotional about it because you have to be the objective one to help these people decide how they're going to move forward. And I love that about this. And I love getting people to help through the hospital and when things go wrong overnight and like being able to help somebody solve the problem. I don't know, it just really, 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 really got to me tonight. And it should bother you. It should bother you when things like this happen. And if it doesn't, then there's a problem. And I get it when you're like the neurologist or the neurosurgeon, because I'm in stroke heaven right now. And like that's your job, is to tell people like this is a non-survivable event. There's no surgery that I can do. There's no intervention I can do. There's no medicine I can give you to make this go away. This is it. And I get that like maybe they're more used to dealing with this stuff than I am, but maybe it doesn't bother people as much as it should. This is a lot of fucking rambling. So I don't know. At the end of the day, like it really made me like very sad. It really made me sad tonight. And I had my moment, I'm over it. I'm not over it. I don't know. Go home, hug your family, tell someone you love them. I know it's cliche, I know it's stupid, and I hate saying something like that. But do it, because you never actually know. You never know when something's going to go wrong, and it will, and it can. God, I'm just defeated. And I remember thinking, like, how many more times do I have to tell someone there's nothing I can do? And I think people that do that are great. Hospice nurses, hospice doctors, ICU doctors, ER doctors, people with a subspecialty that requires you to frequently give end-of-life news. I don't know. It's not for me. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. And it ruins the whole mood. I don't want to go back tonight. I do want to go back tonight because I love my job and I love helping people. But do I have to go back and like do this again? I was laughing because it's comical when you have 2 traumatic strokes back to back, 2 nights in a row with the same ER doctor. But to have it happen a third time, and then have it happen again on top of that, I mean, what are the chances? So yes, this is some completely rare event that probably will never happen again. So that's my thing. I'm defeated. This job sucks sometimes. It's important to be there for patients and their family. Take care of yourself. Take care of your own families. And just realize that like you never actually know when it's going to be your last day with somebody. So I got to figure out what song I'm going to listen to for the rest of the drive home. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to just decompress for a minute. I might just drive home in silence. That's actually what I do sometimes too. So with all due respect, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Stop being mean to one another. And cherish what you have.